By conflict analysis. Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about another story, and also called A Fisherman of the Inland Sea by Ursula K. Le Guin. The biggest conflict in this story is a narrator trying to decide between following his dream of exploring other worlds and staying with people he loves. Ever since he was young, he wanted to travel and become a scientist. He believes that was his purpose. So he almost focused all his attention on achieving that one goal. As the story goes on, though, he starts realizing that every choice has a cost. By leaving home, he misses years with his family and friends because of the way time works during space travel. The story of the fisherman that his mother tells throughout the novel also connects to this conflict because the fisherman returns home expecting everything to be the same, but instead finds that everyone he loved is gone. That story becomes a warning about what can happen when time separates people. I thought this conflict made the story interesting because it wasn't about fighting a villain. It was about making a decision that doesn't really have a perfect answer. The narrator gets the future he wanted, but he also realizes he sacrificed a lot to get there. For the character analysis portion, the character I connected with most was the narrator. I liked that he wasn't a perfect person, he was ambitious and wanted to accomplish something important. But he also focused on his future that he didn't always notice that was happening around him. The character that stood out to me most was Idri. She tells the narrator that she loves him, even though she knows he doesn't feel the same way. I thought that took a lot of courage. She wasn't trying to change his mind, she just wanted him to know how she felt before he left. The scene really showed me how honest and selfless she was. After reading that part, I started seeing the narrator differently. He finally realized that he's been so focused on his dreams that he overlooked someone who truly cared about him. Even though he doesn't change his decision, I think that moment stayed with him for the rest of his life. For the passage analysis portion, the passage I chose is when Idri tells the narrator, "Love has a right to be spoken. You have a right to know that somebody loves you." I chose this passage because I think it's the emotional turning point of the entire story. Before this moment, the narrator is completely focused on leaving home and pursuing his future. He believes his path is already decided. But when Idri tells him how she feels, he suddenly realizes that, or what he's been ignoring. It's not about leaving his hometown anymore. It's about leaving behind people who genuinely care about him, which scares him. This passage also connects to the main conflict because it forces him to think what he's sacrificing, even though he still wants to follow his dream. He understands that success sometimes comes with losses that can never be replaced. I also think the scene connects back to the old fisherman story that his mother tells. Both stories that show time and distance can separate people forever. Once those moments are gone, you can never get them back. Overall, I think Ursula K. Le Guin's message is that it's important to chase your dreams, but it's also just as important to appreciate the people in your life while you still have them. The story made me think about how every decision has consequences, and sometimes the hardest choices are between two good things instead of a right and wrong answer. Out of all the stories we've read, I like this one because it focuses more on relationships and emotions than action. It reminded me that success means a lot more when you don't lose the people who matter most along the way. Thank you.